Hello, it's Essie, the homeless woman. I hope you guys are doing good. I'm doing good today. I'm doing real good. Um, this is gonna be part two of when the police towed my car. So if you haven't seen part one, um, go to my YouTube channel. It would be like I think you would touch my face. Yeah, touch my face, and then you'll see my YouTube channel, and then you scroll down and go to part one of when the police towed my car, because I'm gonna start where I left off at. But yeah, so um, tonight is Tuesday. I just uploaded the part one earlier today, so I plan on uploading this one on Thursday. I woke up this morning. I uploaded. I uploaded this morning. Then I went back to sleep. So then I woke up. One of my videos, the one I talk about my relationship with my mother, a woman left me a comment and called me a witch. I was like, how did she get that out of that video? A witch? I started to ask her, but I just went on and deleted it. I'm like, I ain't got time for this nonsense. But the only thing I can think of is, because when I pray to Yahweh, I get results. You know what I'm saying? When I was in the Christian church and I prayed to God, I think my prayers would get answered maybe about 10% of the time, 15 maybe, somewhere along up in there. But now, I believe in Yahweh. I'm a child in Yahweh. In the garden. I had a dream. The man told me I was in the garden. So now my prayers get answered like 98% of the time. Like, I see a big difference from when I was going to church. And now that I'm not in the church, I'm in Yahweh, I see a big difference. My prayers get answered like 98% of the time. And I think the 2% of the time my prayers don't get answered is because it ain't time yet. See, it's in Yahweh's time and not mine. I hope y'all can hear me because I got on the AC because it's hot. It's like 8:16 and it's 88 degrees outside. And I felt like making a video right now. I didn't feel like waiting till later, so I'm like, I'm going to make it right now. And so my van, it's a hybrid, so it revs up and then it shuts off, you know. So, yeah. So that's the only thing I can get by the witch comment is maybe because my prayers get answered a lot is, and she's not used to so-called religious people prayers being answered like that. So yeah, I'm guessing that's probably why she called me a witch. So, but I don't really care. I know who I am, and Yahweh knows who I am. So I don't really care what she know, what she thinks she know. So let me see. The what I was saying last was about the two young girls. They might have been late teens, early 20s, and they had their babies with them, and they didn't have them in a car seat because there was too many people in the car, and there wasn't enough room for the car seats. So it was like 3 babies in that car, and they were holding them. So the police, the sheriff deputies, one of them hit the girl, socked her, the one that was on the ground. She was begging and pleading, and they didn't care, did not care, did not have one pity, one compassion, one nothing. Socked that girl in her face, and that's how they took that baby from her. The one that was standing up behind the car, he socked her 2 times really hard. I mean, he reeled back his fist, bang, real hard, like 2 or 3 times he hit that girl. And they took that 3-week-old baby from her. And not only did he sock her with all his might and ripped the baby out of her arms. But then they handcuffed her. So she can't even touch her face. I couldn't see her face. The camera did not show her face. I'm sure she was bleeding hard as he hit her. I'm sure he broke something. When I saw that, I cried. I really cried because I put myself in other people's place. I do it a lot. And it causes me to have compassion for people when I put myself in their place. That could have been me. That's why I always do it. I have compassion for people. And I normally start crying. I can't help it. But it's hard for me to... I don't understand how people can do things to other people. Like, those people don't put themselves in other people's place. They don't. And I honestly believe that those people don't believe that the Heavenly Father exists and that they're going to pay for what they do. They think because they have the law on their side, the laws of this land, I got a gun and I got a badge and I can go around, I can do whatever I want to people, and I don't have to pay no consequences for them. What's that? They got that immunity that they have where they can think they can go and do whatever they want to people. And there's no consequences. Yahweh is love. That's one thing I always hear people say, oh, God is love. Yeah, He is. He is love. He is divine love. Another thing Yahweh is divine justice. And we live and we move and we have our being in divine justice. So nobody is getting away with nothing. I can't even get away with nothing. Nobody is getting away with nothing. So if you think because you have a badge and a gun and you can go around doing whatever you want to people and you don't have to pay, you are very ignorant. Very ignorant. As you can see, I'm very emotional when I talk about the police because the way I've been done by the police since I've been homeless. It's like when you get down, they don't care about how you got down. They don't care about what you've been through to make you in the place that you are in. They don't care. They'll kick you. They'll stomp on you. They don't care. I'm like, what kind of people are these? Now I know all police are not like this. I ain't saying all. But what the ones that are, the bad ones, I really feel like they are not even human. I would hear black people say, they treat us like we're not human. No, I don't think they do. They treat animals better than they treat us. I think if they came across a so-called alien, they would treat it better than they treat us. No, it's not about they treat us like we're not human. They treat us like they're not human. They treat us like they came from beneath. Beneath. That's how they treat us. They treat us like they don't have a heart. That's how they treat us. I heard that somebody in the police department, the sheriff department that took over that sheriff department, that he saw that video and he was making them pay for what they did. So I was glad to hear that. I hope so. But, whether he do or whether he don't, Yahweh will revenge for them. I honestly believe that. It used to bother me sometimes. I know I'm off topic, but it used to bother me when I would see the injustice that is done to black people. It used to bother me. It would flash in my head, like, how can they treat us like this? But I I don't know, Yahweh put it in me that don't worry, I'm going to take care of everything. And so when I think about Yahweh being divine justice, and we live and we move and we have our being in divine justice, then I become okay. It doesn't bother me so much when I see them do things to us that is not right. I know in my heart that Yahweh is going to pay them back for what they did. And they are really the ignorant ones to not realize that, to not know that. Do you think that we just live here and then when we pass away, that's just it? I think some of them think that. That's just it. No, there's another world. This wouldn't even exist if it wasn't for the spiritual. That's what really matters, the spiritual world. The physical world wouldn't even exist if it wasn't for the spiritual world. So how can you think that when you pass away, that's it? Either you're going to get it back now or you're going to get it back later when you leave out of your physical body. Anyway, let me get off the topic because I feel like I'm preaching. And I have another channel for that. But, so, okay, where was I at? So, yeah, before I even started crying, fake crying, I did tell them that I got to go to work tonight. You know, I said, give me time and I'm going to pay my registration. You know, I was pleading with them. I got a job. You know, I hadn't had a job in all these years. I got a job now. Give me time. I'm going to pay my registration. Was not hearing that. Oh, no, I can't let you drive tonight. I can't let you drive with no registration. And my license was expired and no insurance. I can't let you drive like that. I've been driving for 8 years like that. I told him I used to be a bus driver. I know how to drive. I've been driving for 8 years like that. And all of a sudden, when I make that comment about all y'all do is go around harassing homeless people, now I can't let you drive. I was like, now I get a job and these people want to come and try to kick me. How do they expect me to get to work? So, yeah, I'm on the side of the RV crying, and the tow man is hooking up my car, and then that heavy set buff Hispanic officer come and he says, we need the key. And he's reaching for the key. And I'm looking at him like, that'll be another fight to get the key. That's what I'm thinking to myself, because I'm like, I'm not giving you this key. And so Duffy says, that's okay, we don't need the key. And he walks away. So the whole time I'm standing there, the Hispanic officer is picking. You know, what man does that? You a big buff officer and you picking with a woman. You know, just a little poking. He was like a little gnat. You know, like a little gnat that won't leave you alone. That's how he was. So they had a van, a shelter, to come pick me up. It was a black woman. And she came in a van. She came and got me. And the way I felt when that black woman came and got me, I felt like I was around my own people. I was around someone that cared about me. I was around someone with a heart. When that black woman came and got me, I felt like this for all day. I'm around these people that don't care nothing about me, that act like they don't have no heart, just cold. But when that black woman come and get me, I feel, I'm crying. Now I'm really crying, you know. Tears is coming down. I'm not boohooing, but tears is coming down. But I'm glad that she's a black woman because I feel like I'm with someone with the heart that cares about me. So I was glad that a black woman came and got me. She took me to a 2-bedroom house, which wasn't that far from where they towed my car. 2-bedroom house. When I got in that house, there was a little baby there. I asked, how many people live here? And they said 10 people. I'm thinking in my head, wow. So you take me out of my car and you bring me to a shelter house, 2-bedroom house with 10 people living in it. How is that better? I went and sat on this it was like a chair, but it extended out, you know, where you can put your legs out. It was kind of like a couch chair. And this other lady, she was really nice. She came and she got a sheet and she put the sheet over the chair, and I sat there. Another lady came in and saw me sitting there. Why is she sleeping up? Why is she sitting on my bed? I'm like, oh my God. I can't stay here with this. This is too much drama already. I got off that chair and I went and sat in the chair in the kitchen. I told one lady came in, she had a car, and she said, I was like, I have to go to work tonight. And she was like, I'll take you to work, but you know, I need gas money. Once they found out I had a job, they were like, she got a job, she got a job. Hold on a minute. Once they found out I had a job, oh, she got a job, she got a job, she got a job. I was like, dang, I'm gonna have to, am I gonna ever get out of this situation? I'm gonna have to be paying for every little thing I ask somebody to do. I'm gonna have to pay. Am I ever gonna get out of this situation? So I went outside and stood in front of that garage of that house. And I started talking to Yahweh. And I was like, Yahweh, where are you? Where are you? I need you. You see what they doing to me? Where are you? I went back in the house and I just felt the urge. I'm like, I don't want to be here. I don't want to stay here. I got my purse and I started walking. And I left that house and I kept walking. And I was on my way to that tow yard because I knew where it was. And I was on the way to that tow yard. And I'm like, if that gate is open, I'm going in there and I'm taking my car. That's what I planned on doing. And I'm walking down the street and I hear Essie. And I look and it was a woman I knew. She said, do you want to ride? And I said, yeah. So she turned around, she came and she picked me up. I told her what happened. She was like, well, I thought they were going to take it a long time ago. And I'm thinking to myself, I really don't need to hear that. So she said, well, you want me to take you? I said, I want you to take me to my friend's house. It was, I told you guys about my friend that died, passed away. I forgot, I can't say that word. My friend that passed away when she was 100 years old. At the time, I think she was 98 years old because she passed away in 21 and she was 100. So in 2019, that means she was 98. So she took me to her house, which was not that far. And I got out, I went in her house, I told her what happened, I started crying. She was like, don't start that, don't start that. She said, you know I'm going to help you get your car. I told her I have to go to work tonight. She said, you're going to get to work. So her grandson had took me to the tow yard to get some things out of my car. So I got some things out of my car. Now this is a Thursday. So he takes me back to their house, and so she says, get on the phone, call DMV, and make an appointment, find out what you got to do to get your car back. I got on the phone, I called DMV, got a nice man, nice Caucasian man, and he told me everything I needed to do to be legit, tickets I had to pay, everything. And he gave me an appointment for Saturday at the DMV. I'm like, okay. I was so happy when I got off the phone. I knew everything I needed to do to get my car back. My 98-year-old friend is going to pay for it. I'm going to pay her back. She said either you can work it off or pay it back. I said, I'm going to pay it back. So Saturday comes. Oh, and that night I did not sleep at all. I was woke the whole time. I couldn't even sleep. But Saturday come, and my 98-year-old friend takes me to the DMV. I took the test, passed it the first time. And if you are not in California, the written test for California is extremely hard. I hadn't took a written test, since I was 16. I think I was 16 when I took the written test. And it was very easy, very common, sense questions. Now, I was in there and I was like, oh my God. And I'm praying and hoping I pass it, praying and hoping. I passed it. I missed 3, and that's all you could miss. I passed the test. I was so happy. My friend, she paid for my registration. One of the officers had attached a ticket to my registration. So we had to pay the ticket to pay for the registration. So she paid that. There was a few things I paid for. Also, we had to go online and pay for something. It was just a whole bunch of paying this and paying that. So I got all of that out of the way. So now I need to get insurance, and I need to get a small check on my vehicle. The DMV had gave me a pass to drive my vehicle one day to get the small check. Well, it was kind of late in the evening on Saturday, so I'm like, the small places are going to be closed. So I don't want to take it. I don't want to go into to get my car from the tow company on Saturday, because they so-called close. So they're going to charge you $100 and some to open the gate, but they there to answer the phone. You know what I'm saying? They so-called close on Saturday and Sunday, so they could charge you $100 and some for an open gate fee, but they there. It's just a ripoff. So I'm like, okay, well, if they're gonna charge me $100 and some to open the gate, I might as well just wait till Monday. But I called them early before I finished everything. I called the tow company. I said, I'm gonna come by and get my car today. And she said, are you finished with everything? I said, no, I'm not finished yet. She said, well, wait till you get finished before I make an appointment for you, because you got to make an appointment. I said, okay. So I realized I better wait till Monday. Because of that one day I'm able to drive, and being that it was already kind of late Saturday, the small places will probably be closed. So I got my insurance that day, Saturday. I went to the police department. I had to pay $50 to the police department for them to release my car, to tell the tow truck company to release my car. That's another ripoff. So I got all that done. So the only thing I had to do was go to the tow company, pay the tow company to get my car, and then go and get the small check. And I was finished. So This is Saturday. So I decided I'm going to wait till Monday to go pick up the car from the tow truck company. And so it's 25 minutes I've been talking. The part one, it got cut off, but it got cut off at a good spot. So I'm going to end this right now, and I left off at Monday. Yeah, Monday I'm going to go to the tow truck company and pay them and pick up my car. So I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I know I got kind of emotional in this video, and I do get emotional when I talk about the police, when I think about the police, all the things they did to me. It's more I got to tell you about what they did. When I would get a knock on the window, I would be traumatized. The sound of the knocking on the window would traumatize me every time I would hear that sound. But anyway, I'll see y'all in another video. I hope y'all have a good night. Bye.